To start with, you'll need to download from Manager and then open the Spark Video app. To start with, we'll hit the plus sign, skip to Editor, and you're ready to begin creating. Your DBQ is still going to be graded on the same claim, evidence, reasoning targets as an essay, so you still need to have those parts. So as you start creating, you'll want to perhaps do a title slide, hit the plus sign. You can add text with your title. Hit done. You might also add a picture by hitting the plus sign. But let's wait to add pictures until we have finished putting in all of the most important parts that are going to be graded. So I'm going to hit the plus sign down here at the bottom to add a slide. This one will be my claim. Since I have to add text, so I'll insert my claim statement here. Now that I have my claim typed in, I'm going to go on and create the other slides as well. This is about as many words as you want on a slide. If you have too many words on a slide, it's no longer a good video. Videos should have a few words, and we're going to add some pictures here in a little while. But first, let's get all the words on, because that's where your grade usually comes from. Once you have your words all in on a slide, it's time to start thinking about how you can add to it and make it easier for your readers to understand without using a lot of words. And so I'm going to press on the plus sign. On this one where it says that President Polk and Congress knew that Mexico thought the Nueces River was the border, I think I need a map to show that. And so I'm going to press on the plus sign, and I'm going to add a photo. Now, I'm going to go to take a picture. I'm going to allow access. And I'm going to take my packet here, and I'm going to work on getting the best picture I can of this map that shows clearly where both sides wanted the border to be. That looks clear enough, so I'll use the photo. Now, it's in the background right now. I don't really like that because that's hard to see where the rivers are. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Done right here, and I'm going to go to Layout. And I can say, oh, I want this to be split screen. Now, I can still zoom in. So you can see I have the text and I have the picture. If I don't like that one, I can try a different one. I could try it as a caption. And that's not going to work very well. I think split screen works best. But for all of these, each of these pages, once you have the main words in, take time to adjust. Right here, I can flip it over from one side to the other. I actually like that a little better. It just looks better to me. So I've gone over to the internet to search for a map that I want to use. I searched for a U.S. map when Texas was independent. When I searched for a year, it didn't do a very good job. I had a hard time finding one. But this seems to have more hits that I might like. But I need to do one more thing before I just use these. I need to make sure that it is actually a not copyrighted map. So I'm going to click on Tools. I'll go to Usage Rights, Creative Commons Licenses. Creative Commons means it's something that people have specifically given permission for use without having to pay for the privilege to use it. I'm having a hard time finding a map that I like on this, but this seems to be the best one for what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here by stretching it. I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to need to save it to my files because I will not be able to paste into Spark Video. So I'm going to save it to my photos. So I'm heading back over to Adobe Spark. I'll hit the plus sign and I go to Photos. There it is. Now, I don't really like that font, so I'm going to mess with the layout a little bit. I think I might go with a caption here. And now the map does not say as much as I wanted it to. So here's what I end up with a picture in the background and words in front of it. You can choose the music. We can also edit the theme and choose a different one. I recommend staying away from Sage because it can be hard to read cursive and when you're reading quickly. So I might try this. Oh, that looks really nice with that map. But it's also going to change all of my others, so I need to make sure I like it. I like how it looks with all of them, not just the one. like that theme. So take time to play with it a little bit, and then there's a very important step you must do. Right down here it says this is 4 seconds. Well, with only 4 seconds, we're not going to be able to read this. If I hit play, try to read this whole sentence in 4 seconds. Okay, I'm a fast reader and I still didn't get that read. That means I need to change it. So I'm going to tap on where it says 4, and I'm going to change this. I think we need, I'm going to say we need about 10 seconds, because that's a detailed sentence that some people might need to reread. So I'm going to start with 10 seconds, and I'm going to put, so on this one, it's another one, long one. I'm going to put some timing on that one. I'll start with 10 seconds on those. 10 seconds might be a good one when you have one sentence. It's kind of detailed. But you know what? Then we're going to hit play at the bottom, and you'll be able to see everything, and you'll be able to see, oh, I need to add more to that one. So make sure as you go, you check. So I don't want to make this take too long, but you can see how you need to double check it after you put in all the words, add some pictures, double check your timing. After all that is done, then you can change colors by changing the theme. You can try different themes. That one's a little hard to read, so I would avoid the cursive writing because that can get very hard to read. The layout we already messed with. The music. Maybe you don't like that automatic music, so you can look through and choose what music you want in the background. The other thing you can do is you can read your slides to your reader, and then it automatically sets a timer. To do that, you just press the microphone button. The United States was not justified in going to war with Mexico because they were the first to enter the disputed territory, and they provoked Mexico to attack so they could claim that their expansion was God's will. One other thing that I can add that is going to make a difference for this is if I explain. Maybe you don't want to type it all out, but you instead would like to explain it in your own words and just talk about what's on the slide. To do that, you're going to press the record button, and you'll want to read the words on your screen as well as explain, or just read the words on your screen. Kind of like this. You have to press and hold this microphone button. President Polk and Congress knew that Mexico thought the Nueces River was the border between Texas and Mexico, but Polk ordered U.S. troops to cross that river anyway. On the map at the side, you can see the Nueces River is to the north, between Texas and the striped area, which is a disputed territory. And you can see the dotted line that shows where the American troops were first quartered at Corpus Christi, and then moved on down to what Mexico thought was its territory. As you can see, I went a little long on that. So you can hear it. You can just press and hold again to re-record. Make sure you don't press and hold if you like it, because then you just deleted whatever you had recorded before. There's no going back. There's no undo button on this app. Once you have everything done, you have the music changed, you've added recording if you want, or if your teacher tells you to, then you're going to hit the share button up at the top. And this is important. The easiest way to share it that's fastest for everyone is to copy a link to the clipboard. So you click on that, it's going to come up here. Make sure you don't just say, oh, it's copied. You have to actually finish this. So you have to give it a title. You might want to include your name in the DBQ in the title so your teacher knows whose it is, because you have to share this as a link. The teacher will have to open the link. And so maybe the subtitle, my author, I guess my name is right there as author. Make sure your name is on here somewhere. Then you will hit done, and you'll say copy link to clipboard. It's important that you stay waiting for this until this bar is all the way across, because if you close out of it before, your link's going to go to nothing. You have to wait for it to be copied. And now that we're done waiting, it says success, and I click OK. Don't click out of it before you get to that, otherwise you don't have a video saved and you will not be turning anything into your teacher. So what you need to do is you then take that link, you go over to wherever your teacher's going to have you turn it in. If it's Google Classroom or somewhere else, that's fine, but you'll paste that link.